Picture this. You reach for a glass with your right hand, everything normal. Then your left reaches over and grabs it, without your permission.
Wait, so you try to pull the glass back and your own hand fights you? That's creepy.
Exactly. You pull harder, it keeps going, and for a moment you feel like you're wrestling someone else. And then it just stops.
And later it happens while getting dressed? One hand buttons, the other unbuttons? That must be so disorienting.
It is. People report no feeling of intent. The hand just acts. And sometimes they watch it like it's someone else's limb attached to them.
What's behind this? Is it psychological or neurological?
Neurological. It's called alien hand syndrome. Usually it follows damage to specific brain areas, like the corpus callosum, frontal lobe, or after a stroke or brain surgery.
So it's not possession or imagination, it's the brain's control systems misfiring?
Right. The sense of agency, that feeling, I caused this, breaks down. Motor programs run without the conscious command getting through.
How do people cope with it? That sounds terrifying in daily life.
Therapies focus on behavioral strategies, occupying the alien hand, using the good hand to restrain or redirect it, cueing, and occupational therapy. In some cases, medical treatments help depending on the cause.
Beyond treatment, I can only imagine the emotional toll. Embarrassment, fear, the loss of trust in your own body.
Absolutely. It's a reminder how fragile the loop is between brain, body, and self. Something small can make you question who you are for a moment.
Fascinating and unsettling. Where do people learn more if they're curious?
Neurology texts and case studies have detailed examples, but personal stories bring it home. That's why we tell it like this.
Thanks for the story. Brain glitches like this really change how you think about control and identity.
Welcome to Brain Glitch, where every mystery begins with a story and ends inside your mind. It shows up in those tiny, ordinary moments. You reach for a cup, and the other hand pushes it away. You tug on a jacket, and the opposite hand pulls the sleeve back. One hand closes a drawer, and the other opens it again. Sometimes it's a gentle touch to the face. Sometimes it snatches something you don't want to touch. It looks purposeful, but you never meant it.
I have. It's so unsettling because you can see and feel the hand. You know it's yours, but the intention doesn't feel like yours. There's this split between awareness and action. What's going on inside the brain?
That's the big mystery. In some cases, doctors call it alien hand syndrome. Often it follows brain injury, like a stroke, or damage to the corpus callosum, the bridge between the two hemispheres. Basically, the systems that plan movements and the systems that execute them stop talking to each other the way they used to.
So the hand isn't possessed, it's biology. But that explanation doesn't make it feel any less eerie. People describe trying to hold the hand down, sit on it, or tuck it in a pocket. The relief is temporary. The hand can start again.
Right. And interestingly, the rest of the person often works fine. They can walk, speak, plan. The disruption is specific. The felt link between intention and movement is broken for that limb. That gap is what makes us question agency. Who's really in charge?
Are there ways to manage it?
Therapies focus on retraining control, behavioral strategies to occupy the hand, relearning coordinated actions, sometimes mirror therapy or occupational therapy. And when the cause is progressive, like certain neurodegenerative conditions, the approach is about safety and adapting routines.
It's a powerful reminder that our sense of self, that quiet voice saying, I moved my hand, is actually a fragile construction built by the brain. When the connections shift, the story we tell ourselves about control can unravel.
Exactly. If your brain creates the intention to move your hand, what happens when that intention and the movement are no longer connected? Somewhere inside, two systems that normally work together may start going their separate ways. It's science, it's mystery, and it's deeply human. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, but it's a real condition that makes people feel like a part of their body belongs to someone else.
I've heard the term alien hand syndrome. It's wild. What actually causes that feeling?
The short answer is that it comes from how the brain organizes movement. Moving your hand isn't a single command. Different systems plan the action, decide when to go, execute the movement, and then check that the movement matches your intention. That subtle sense of, I did that. Usually those systems are perfectly synchronized, so you never notice them.
So when they stop syncing up, things go sideways?
Exactly. When the connection between those systems is disrupted, after certain kinds of brain injury, stroke, or even surgery that affects the pathways linking different brain regions, a person can see their hand move, feel it moving, and still have a vivid sense that they didn't cause it. It's not a mystery hand possessed by something else. The muscles, nerves, and brain are still part of the same body. What's gone missing is the feeling that the action was generated by you.
That must be terrifying. Do people actually watch their own hand act against their will?
Yes. Patients describe their hand grabbing items, undoing buttons, or reaching for things while they stand by mentally. Some try to stop the hand. Others have to hold it with the opposite hand or tuck it under a pillow. The experience can last seconds or be persistent, and it's often deeply unsettling, precisely because it leaves everything else intact. Memory, identity, consciousness, just not agency over that limb.
Is this related to split brain stories where one hemisphere seems to act on its own?
They're related in the sense that both reveal how different brain parts can generate behavior independently. Procedures like cutting the connection between hemispheres can create unusual interactions between the two sides, but alien hand syndrome can arise from other kinds of damage too, especially where the networks that compare intended action with actual movement are impaired. Those comparator systems normally give you that reassuring "I meant to do that" signal.
So the brain is doing a lot behind the scenes that we assume is conscious.
Absolutely. Many actions are prepared or even executed without conscious thought. Our sense of agency is usually a retrospective judgment. The brain predicts, performs, and then recognizes. When the prediction or recognition system fails, you might experience your own body as foreign. It's like watching an orchestra where the conductor suddenly drops out. The instruments still play, but the unity is gone.
Can it be treated or managed?
Management depends on the cause. Some strategies are simple: putting the affected hand in a glove, holding an object to occupy it, or using the other hand to restrain it. Therapy can help patients learn coping strategies. Because causes vary, anyone experiencing anything like this should seek medical evaluation rather than self-diagnose.
Beyond the clinical side, it's such a striking window into consciousness. We take control for granted until it's gone.
Exactly. Alien hand syndrome forces us to ask what it means to be the author of our actions. It doesn't erase identity, but it blurs a basic boundary. I did this versus this happened to me. That glitchy boundary is what makes the condition both fascinating and frightening.
Have you ever felt something like that? A hand or part of your body acting strangely, or a moment where you felt disconnected from what you were doing?
Tell us in the comments. We really want to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed diving into this weird corner of the mind, like the episode and subscribe to Brain Glitch so you don't miss the next one.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back with more strange and revealing glitches of the human brain. See you next time.